sports. I love sports. I mean, who doesn't? When you think of sports, you probably think of soccer, basketball, golf, boxing, water polo. I don't know, whatever sport you like. But there's something I just can't stop thinking about. It's been in my mind the past God knows how long. And that's, I don't even know the name of the sport. Slap battles? In the sand. Slap battles in the sand with a bit of jumping and rolling. These two colossal titans are duking it out, showing the crowd who the real champ really is. While watching these videos, I always struggle to understand how you even win. I feel like when I'm watching, they just kind of just slap each other in the nipple or something, harden their nipples, and then just like do a couple backflips and to entertain the crowd. I'm not really sure, but I love it. I love it. It's so entertaining. I don't know what's happening half the time, but it's just so good. You know, I really wish this was more popular in other parts of the world. And can you imagine the Olympics? You turn on the Olympics in 2045, and you open up the TV and you see slap battles in the sand just going on, and there's people winning golden medals, silver medals, bronze medals. My jaw dropped. When I tell you that is the greatest shit I've ever seen, never in my life have I seen someone show their athleticism in a cooler way than that. Oh my word. That was insane. You know, there has to be some sort of way to sign up for this. If there's a way to sign up for it, I'm going all in. I'm going to start betting on this. I'm going to start betting my money on these slap battles, because these are just, the more I watch it, the more I fall in love, really. I'm going to become a huge sand desert slap battle enthusiast. It's my whole entire channel is going to be about it soon. Pretty much, yeah. I'm probably going to talk about this like every day to anybody. I also wonder how they train for this, because I know a bunch of different sports have their own ways of like training when they go into the gym and do a bunch of different exercises, workouts to benefit themselves and improve their abilities. But like, how do you even train for this? You just, it's kind of like when you hold a dumbbell and you have to punch with it to make your punches stronger or something. Like, you just tape dumbbells to your hand and start slapping people. Well, besides those awesome slap battles, there's also another thing I wanted to talk about, and this has to do with me. And if there's any people that I know, any friends that are watching this video, you might just want to like turn the video off, because you've heard this story numerous amount of times. Man. I'm going to drag this story. I'm going to let everybody know what happened, because I feel like this story is insane. And I also just can't stop thinking about it because it was just that crazy. But yeah, let me begin this fairy tale with some context. So, as I'm sure none of you know, I work at a country club, and that's all I'm going to say. And 4th of July was not so long ago. It was last week, or 2 weeks ago. I forgot. What's today? Like the 11th? It doesn't matter. I was working at the country club on 4th of July, and we had this huge event where there were going to be fireworks and food and, you know, just a bunch of games, stuff for kids. It's a great time for a bunch of people to hang out. And on that day, I'm pretty sure there were about, 2,000 people. It was packed. The day was going pretty well. Everything was really nice. Until all of a sudden, near the fireworks, there was a big, like, dark, stormy, monstrous, dangerous, violating cloud that was getting close. When everybody saw the cloud, they saw some lightning coming out of it from afar, but instead of doing anything, it was more like an ooh, ah kind of thing. Like, everyone thought it was really cool. They was taking photos, and no one really thought much of it because it was still pretty far. And a couple minutes after that, the fireworks started. So fireworks are going off, and as the fireworks are going off, there was a lot of wind, and I'm pretty sure the wind has something to do with that storm that was coming towards us. I'm sitting there, I was on cleaning duty, walking around, picking up trash, had my hat on. The wind was blowing my hat off. I had to hold onto my hat. It was like straight out of a cartoon. It looked just so goofy. Just running, holding onto my hat, because I didn't want it blowing away. You know, it just felt like so cartoonish. I was trying to pick up trash and it would run away from me. You know, that kind of stuff. As I'm cleaning, everyone starts to realize that the winds are getting really bad, and then it starts to rain, and that's when everybody decides that maybe it's time to start packing up, cleaning up, and getting out of here because we're in the we're in the golf course. Like I don't know if I said that already. I probably did. We're in the golf course. We're pretty far away from like the nearest house, clubhouse, building, whatever. And yeah, I guess people start walking away. They get with their families until all of a sudden the storm hits its peak. These winds are going crazy. I don't know how hard those winds were, but they were going nuts, just out of nowhere. And here I am trying to pick up some trash, still grabbing onto my hat, with the rain hitting me. So me and almost all the other workers run to this tent nearby that where we had a buffet, and we're sitting there for I'd say about 20 seconds until all of a sudden tents around us are flying away, and this is when the storm is really hitting its peak. Everything is going insane, and we have to hold on to the handles or the sides, bars, whatever, the things holding up the tent so it doesn't fly away. Until eventually one of the chefs realized that it was a hazard for everybody in there, so he just started yelling at everybody to start running. So we did, and as we were running, the lightning and thunder starts booming all over the place. I hear people yelling to run, I hear people yelling to get in a car, a truck, a golf cart. All the golf carts were there weren't really any golf carts to be seen. And there were some trucks and people, there were some other workers, other people hopping to their trucks. And there was one that I went up to. I knocked on their door, asked if I could go in. They didn't let me. They said there was no more space. I wish I was able to just at least like lay on, I don't know, but it's okay. I understand. So in that moment, I started hearing a bunch of people start screaming, and I thought to myself, you know what? It's time to get running. I had not done cardio in a while. It is time to get my cardio in. So I grab onto my hat, take a deep breath. The spotlight is on me, and I start running. Boom, straight to the clubhouse. I don't know how far it is, but it's a pretty far run. And keep in mind, as I'm running, there are some other people running just all around the golf course. I don't know how many people. It was something straight out of World War Z, like a bunch of zombies just piling up. You couldn't tell what was going on. And keep in mind, I had the rain hitting. The rain was hitting all of us. The rain was really heavy, really strong winds, thunder, lightning, fireworks still going off. Just a whole lot of booms and light. You can't tell what's going on. It felt like I was in the middle of the all quiet on the Western Front. That's how bad it was. As I'm running in a zigzag kind of line because, I heard that it's really bad to be in an open field during a thunderstorm. And then I also heard that it's really bad to be under trees during an open thunderstorm. So I'm running a zigzag because the golf course is made up of both of those, which is great. So as I'm running, I hear a loud snap, just a big choo. And in the moment, I wasn't thinking much, but I kind of stopped and I looked up. And when I look up, it turns out that loud crack was a tree that had just snapped from the wind. Humongous tree. I look up at the tree. It is coming down towards my direction. I'm staring right at it. I don't know. My stand ability kicked in. I got out of the way at the last second, right before the tree landed. It had like an impact frame when it hit the ground. I didn't even take time to think about what had just happened. I just kept running, grabbing onto my hat. Completely ignored that tree that would have completely crushed me, just flattened me straight out. When I was looking, it would have destroyed me. So yeah, I kept running for like a good 10 minutes or so until I eventually made it back to the clubhouse. A bunch of people were there. The storm was not getting any better, and people were looking for their families. I sat down at the staircase and just waited for the place to empty out. They were passing out towels. I was asking people if they were okay, just making sure everything is good. As everybody left and the place emptied out, I was sitting by myself on the staircase. I didn't even open my phone. I was just sitting there with like Kobe Bryant in the bathroom, just sitting down with his trophy. I was sitting down there thinking. I had an epiphany in that moment. I had a huge, crazy epiphany. It just made me change the way I saw everything. I'm like, dude, I don't know what happened. I don't know if there's a who saved me there. I don't know what. I just don't know. I thought about it and I'm like, wow, I really need to be grateful, because right there, if I didn't move, my life would have already been over. And dude, my life is just getting started. I'm still really young. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, wow, I'm grateful to still be here. I'm grateful that nobody got hurt over there. Everyone was okay. But it just made me realize, just enjoy what you have, because one day, you generally don't know when you might lose it. It can just happen out of nowhere. You could be walking down the street one day, and then out of nowhere, an elephant will run past and crush you, and then a bunch of goblins will coming from vortexes from another universe to start munching on your corpse, and you're gone. Like, it's anything could happen these days. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out. It's getting pretty late too, so if you're watching this at night, hope you have a good night. If you're watching it in the morning, good morning. Have a good day. And yeah, I have nothing else to say. Peace out.